successful elite athletes, many individuals, primarily athletes, are concerned with the physical performance of every day. And sometimes they get tempted to using anabolic steroids for improving this performance. The steroids are based on a male hormone named as testosterone, which helps in building muscle and improving both physical look and athletic performance. Also, many are interested to find the best ways to rehab after an advanced steroid cycle. So this elite athlete video is for you. As you stop using these anabolic androgenic steroids, you are left with a situation in which your natural testosterone generation gets suppressed, in some cases severely. Moreover, the steroid levels get diminished forever in your body system, leaving you with a high catabolic state after your cycle, which can show their capability to manage the body's muscle mass acquired during the period. Keep in your mind, it is easier to conclude that you would need a way for restoring your natural production of testosterone for bringing around the healthier environment for your overall health and for maintaining the muscle tissue. The post-cycle rehab is a process of using drugs that work through different mechanisms for going about tending to restore and stabilize your hormones back to a reasonable level after a suppressed cycle of anabolic androgenic steroid gets ceased. If not done, this can result in a dangerous situation in which your body hormones suffer from an imbalance and never come back to their normal range. So it is essential to think of the post-rehab treatment as your cycle ends. Quitting steroids or cold turkey. Make sure that the side effects of quitting steroids aren't life-threatening to you. If you're struggling against this anabolic steroid abuse, the best way to get rehabbed is to withdraw these steroids as soon as possible or cold turkey. But ceasing the usage of drugs instantly can result in shock to your body's system, which has remained connected with the steroid use, causing unusually severe symptoms. According to the Mental Health Daily, every person has a different symptom after cold turkey. This response depends on various factors like the time limit of usage of drugs, dose took, health factors, individual's constitution. Irrespective of these things, ceasing the use of drugs or cold turkey is much likely can result in very severe symptoms, such as stronger cravings, particularly if you have become psychologically or physically addicted to the usage of the anabolic steroid. Dangerous cravings can more likely cause you to relapse towards the use of these drugs. One method of avoiding this hard withdrawal as well as a relapse problem is tapering off these drugs slowly, allowing your body to adapt to the loss of these drugs with time. Medications. Tamoxifen, Nolvadex, and Clomid can use after cycle for helping to restore your natural production of testosterone as both medicines. Used for blocking estrogen at a pituitary and hypothalamus, so stopping the negative feedback resurface. There are some drugs which can increase the level of LH and FSH, hormone, successfully in the male body. The increased LH level can help in stimulating your Leydig's cells within testes for producing more testosterone. Most of the people only rely upon Nolvadex for recovery from their addiction, and others depend upon both the drugs for their improvement in all aspects. Nolvadex, however, is much more useful to stimulate LH increase, with standpoint based on milligram to the milligram when compared to Clomid. Alongside, many complaints of users have also been recorded, including rapid mood swings and visual complications. When the working principles and methods are analyzed for both of the drugs to boost up the production of testosterone, it can say that some old-school approaches bear some flaws, with the expectation of minimized shutdown due to increased production of testosterone. Most of the users during their mid-cycle take a burst of Clomid. However, Clomid not aimed at shutting down during mid-cycle, because increased androgen levels stop testosterone production through the feedback to the testes. Clomid properties. Clomid used with a heavy androgenic cycle and functions as anti-estrogen. Natural testosterone production falls with increased levels of androgen. Therefore, the aid of Clomid in testosterone production is rather much lesser. With the start of the PCT protocol, its effectiveness is much more with the drop in the levels of androgen of steroids, which depends upon the half-life of the compounds used by the user in the cycle. The half-life of Nolvadex and Clomid drops the need for splitting the drug's dosage. Human chorionic gonadotropin. For bodybuilders suffering from testicular atrophy during the cycle, HCG is beneficial to being a peptide hormone. Considering it an aid for the restoration of testosterone, but because of a different action mechanism is flawed. The said drug pictures LH effect in the body and subsequently increase the production of testosterone by triggering Leydig cells. Thus, aids in altogether avoiding or rectifying pre-existing cyclic testicular atrophy. During the post-cycle phase, the recovery process remains unaffected. However, increased levels of estrogen in the blood will raise HPTA inhibition in many folds. Therefore, the use of human chorionic gonadotropin recommended for altogether avoiding and rectification of existing testicular atrophy on cycle, and to help the testes come up to normal condition HCG usage before PCT is a wise decision. It will help to increase the production of testosterone, however cease the usage of HCG at least 1 week before PCT. A small and more frequent dose of HCG for about 2 weeks is much fruitful, also bears least chances of side effects. If accompanied with Nolvadex, about 50 to 75 mg per day, and Clomid 50 mg, and 500 to 1000 IU. Over 3 weeks, help avoid side effects, specifically those related to estrogen. Medical detox after anabolic steroids. During detox, medical support is not sufficient to provide an individual with a taper schedule to minimize severe withdrawal chances. There are treatment professionals who extend their medical support services to look after symptoms which occur at the time of withdrawal or later. Severe mood swings are most likely to arise, for which anti-anxiety and antidepressants prescribed. Your doctor can also prescribe non-narcotic pain reliever in case of very severe muscle aches. Symptoms of nausea and diarrhea catered by providing relevant medicines, along with sleeping and resting pills. If you've made it this far, just one request. Leave a like and press the subscribe so I get motivated to publish another video tomorrow.